Welcome to Voodoo Whiskey Gaming. So I was watching a video about Five Nights at Freddy's, and it got me thinking about survival horror games, and how recently there has been a surge of survival horror games. But this surge of new survival horror games, they're not just new games, they're kind of a new type of survival horror games. They're not like the old survival horror games like Resident Evil or Silent Hill or even Dead Space. Correction to that, the first Dead Space. In these old survival horror games, with the exception of Dead Space, you are allowed to fight back against the monsters. Now, I excluded Dead Space in that statement because Dead Space did not simply allow you to fight the monsters, it encouraged you to fight and kill the monsters. It was part of your goal. In Silent Hill and Resident Evil, ammo and healing items were scarce. But if you really knew how to play the games, you could easily kill all the monsters and zombies you wanted and have plenty of health items and ammo left over to kill all the bosses. But now this new generation, I'm talking about Outlast, Alien Isolation, and Five Nights at Freddy's, they've really gone away from that. Now, I have yet to play Alien Isolation. I will be playing it soon. I have played Outlast, and I honestly just refuse to play Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, from what I've seen in Alien Isolation and experienced in Outlast, the developer's goal was to remove gameplay elements such as combat, just in order to make you feel anxious and helpless. And I personally don't enjoy it. I enjoyed being able to fight back. I honestly think if somebody was trying to kill me, I would sure as hell be trying to fight back rather than just running or hiding. So I don't like the removal of the combat elements from survival horror games. Now, I understand that their goal in these games is to remove the combat so that you're anxious and your heart's beating faster because you don't know what's around the corner, or you're going to have to run, you're going to have to find a place to hide. I understand that that's their goal. And I guess that's just the new type of dread that they're trying to create in these games. I just overall don't like it. Now, as for Five Nights at Freddy's, I honestly couldn't give a shit about that game. It's a game that is literally based around jump scares. The most bullshit type of scare out there. Jump scares have always felt more like a prank to me, so Five Nights at Freddy's doesn't feel like a horror game, it's more like a joke. I mean, a true horror game builds an atmosphere where you are dreading everything. Take Silent Hill, for example. There were moments in that game where you were ready to just crap your pants and you were just waiting for something to get you or something horrible to happen to your character, and it wouldn't. Why were you worried like that? Because they did a good job building up the sense of dread through music and atmosphere. Whereas Five Nights at Freddy, you know what's going to happen. It's going to be a jump scare. An animatronic creature is going to pop up in your face and scream. They may as well just say boo. Even Outlast does a really good job at this with that insane asylum. Just has a really good atmosphere with the few crazies that are still around and the horrible things you find on the walls and such. That's a good job at atmosphere. Five Nights at Freddy doesn't do any of that. Calling it a horror game is honestly an insult to horror games. At the end of the day, I just don't really enjoy this new survival horror breed that we're getting, where you can't fight back. I miss the days when I was young and in survival horror games you could actually fight back, like you could in Silent Hill. I miss the days when the emphasis was on building a truly scary atmosphere and telling a great story. I'm specifically referring to Silent Hill 1 through 3 because, let's face it, Silent Hills 4 and onward have been garbage. But hey, I'm no developer, so I guess I can't really change the direction we're going in. Well, that's just where I stand. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. And if you like what I'm doing in general, subscribe. Have a good one.